Hey, Dawn, I just want to talk about the gang stalking program and how they use the authorities to gang stalk you. They're using, their police sirens, they're using, other like government officials, they're using, doctors, nurses, all that, and to play a part in people's gang stalking and that what's going on. These gang stalkers somehow notify all the officials wherever you go to gaslight you, to attack you, to basically gang stalk you. And a lot of them play a part in the gang stalking which you go through because you're being targeted and everything is manipulated, everything, everyone. And even the gang stalkers are being gang stalked by the officials and that, and the workers and like the authorities and stuff like that. They're all being gang stalked as well. They want to get rid of everyone. They want to control everybody in some sort of way. You know, through prisons, through work, through everything. It's not just gang stalking on one level. It's they're controlling everybody. They are mind controlling everyone into living in fear. That they're going to lose everything. People are always worried about losing things, and they're always in panic, and they're stressing people out on a massive level to drive you insane, and they're doing it purposely to drive you crazy, and to break you down as an individual, and who's going to follow, who's not going to follow, who's against the system, who's not against the system, who parties a little bit too much, and people who party a little bit too much and things, they get rid of people like that. They'll get rid of people who've got their own like political views and their own opinions, and you know, um, you know, people will have all make their own decisions, and all these people will be targeted basically, and they'll be discredited and ridiculed, and they'll try to make people's arguments seem not credible, and the authorities will be used in your targeting, and that when you're trying to settle something, when you're trying to, get your life together as a person, they always trying to breach even their own rules to gaslight you and gang stalk you. Even though you fill out the right documents, even though you're doing the right thing, you've done everything acceptable, but somehow it's not, they're not like taking your information, and they always try to make some technicality, some difficulty in that, in because you're being gang stalked, because you're being targeted, and they literally want to take up your time. They want to take up your time and drive you insane, and try to make your work, all your hard work, seem worthless. They try to make all your hard work and your effort seem worthless. And it goes for even gang stalkers. We're all being targeted by the authorities. We're all being targeted by officials, and you know, um, it's not just targeted individuals and that. It's we're being mistreated. We're being like used. You know, they're slave driving people. They're driving people insane. I mean, if you look at the suicide rate, you know, in 2022, it's gone up. It's gone up. Death around the whole world in general, just death itself in general has gone up, skyrocketed. You know, to what we're seeing in the world. The death rate wasn't as bad as it was a few years ago, and that's because you're being gang stalked. On levels that you can't even imagine. You're being targeted. Your whole country, your whole constitution, everything, and the authorities are all manipulating us and trying to control us. And they're desperate. They're trying to hold on to power. They're trying to hold on to power as much as they can. because everything is collapsing in the world and that. And they're getting rid of people, they're, incarcerating people, they're causing people to all lose everything that they own and their belongings and everything. And they're really testing us, to see, what we're going to do, and that, they're socially experimenting to see if we'll like riot and tear the place apart to when the end of the world really happens, to when the economic reset, this great reset really does occur. They're all testing us now to see if we'll just snap and attack people. And they've got protocols in place, if we do decide to take over and stand up and, get our rights back. They're going to have this martial law, and they're going to have people locked up in their homes, and they're going to do things like that to people to control you. They're going to use, brute force to do it, and mind control, and they're going to use mind control and gang stalking in the world, to control people. And that's what they're doing. They're controlling people everywhere and gang stalking people with the authorities. And the gang stalking goes up on massive levels, and everyone's being gang stalked by the authorities. And with that being said, take care.